On this episode of Beer, Blues, and BS, get ready. We're going to have some fun. Right off the bat, hold on to your horses. This is the best opening to the show I can ever remember. We'll have you rolling in the aisles. It's going to be a great time. We're going to get all caught up on what JS has been up to because, boy, he's been having some adventures. We're also going to see the local geek take on the level 2 of the sour... I don't know if they're candies or what, but level 2 of his sour challenge. And, hey, Kidder's got something in a box. Again, what's in the box, Kidder? What's in the box? Well, you just got to wait and find out. But don't worry, you're in a good place. Welcome to the show.
It's Howard Blues and the Mark Kidder. Pour a cold beverage, pull up a seat, enjoy time with friends.
Triple B! Well, the Triple B sucks. Okay? Come on.
Whatever, man. This is Beer, Blues, and BS. Online at beerbluesbs.com.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Beer, Blues, and BS, the podcast that is constantly edging dangerously closer to being a mukbang podcast with every episode. I'm your host, the living embodiment of Charlie Brown, Howard Blues, here, as always, with my co-host, the man, the myth, the legend, the Mark Kidder. Kidder, how you doing tonight?
Doing great, Howard Blues. I'm working hard. Or am I hardly working? No, I am working hard and doing what I can to make sure the store is in tip-top condition. The merch store, the Triple B merch store, because the big sale's here, baby.
Great. I'm excited. The great sell-off has happened. And if you don't know what we're talking about, hey, you should go back and watch last week's episode. Not just because that'll tell you what's going on, because I'm about to tell you what's going on, but it'd still be great if you went back and watched it, because it was a good episode. So you should. But yes, we are switching our store over from one site to another site, and we're offering a discount, a going out of business sale, if you will. And yeah, I'm Kidder is probably constantly right now working on that code. And right down here at the bottom of the screen, you can see what you need to enter to get those ludicrously, great discounts, as much as that site will let us give. But hey, it's a chance to get some discounted Triple B merch before it goes to the other site. And while Kidder's working on that, allow me to introduce the guests who are joining us on this fine evening. Yes, well, one of them's eating a sandwich, so I won't throw to him. I'll throw to the other one. It's the Triple B Brewmaster. The local geek is back. How you doing tonight?
Hey guys, what's up? Not doing too bad tonight. Yeah, had a few drinks tonight already, and ready to hang out and have a good time. So,
I mean, we made this joke a couple weeks ago, but that's a dangerous thing to be doing. Pre-gaming before the Triple B.
Yeah,
let's.
Well, I shared a bottle of sake with some friends before the show. So,
nice. I always had to
pre-gaming.
I always had to think about it when somebody says like Saki, because that's the name of my sister's dog. It was named Saki.
So. I did not consume your sister's dog.
That'd be good. And also joining us and trying to eat a sandwich at the same time, and pretty much is the reason for the opening line. But it is the Triple B Armorer. JS Gunslinger is back. How you doing tonight, JS?
I'm still working on that second sandwich from last week. It has been a long week. I have not had time to finish it, but it still tastes good. But yeah, I escaped the trailer fire of death. We had some horse issues this here week, and yeah, there's all kind of news that we'll get to.
Yeah. Yes, we will. And, at some point, we're going to mess with this whole time travel thing. And, with the way that we're now doing the show, and somebody's just going to throw out something like, it was a pretty good week, except for when the aliens attacked. That just, ruined everything.
I mean, we're not far from it. I mean, have you watched the news lately? Because, it's coming. Like, any day now, there's going to be a spaceship and little green men. I'm just waiting.
I can't wait.
You know what I can't wait for? Everybody's
Something to drink.
favorite segment of the show, and that is What's on Tap. Kidder and JS, I think you guys are still trying to maybe finish what you... Oh my gosh, the green men are here.
JS, you better take a look because you got some stuff to look at.
Yeah, I'm prepared.
Yes. See?
It happened sooner than we were expecting.
It's coming. I don't know. If you guys have been watching the news, the is about to hit the fan.
I hope not. That'll be a big mess.
Well, you're not wrong, but there's flooding in North Carolina. There's wars in Israel. There's wars in Ukraine. There's chemical explosions in Georgia. There's train derailments in North Dakota. You name it, it is happening. And man, the conspiracy theories about the floods in North Carolina are off the charts.
Really now? Is that so?
Oh, yes.
Really?
Oh, yes. They're modifying the weather modifications are causing this so that the mines can take over and they can have the world's largest lithium strip mine. They flooded everything. It's coming. Yep.
Okay.
We haven't even gotten to what's on tap, and we're off the rails.
That's right.
What are you saying, JS?
I'm just reporting the news, everybody. I'm just the in-field reporter here, okay?
Okay.
I'm still making a short out of that one.
JS doesn't know. JS doesn't know. JS doesn't know. JS doesn't know.
The sheer absurdity of him giving actual, here's what's going on in the news and what Kidder's up to.
Yeah.
Classic.
That's classic, Howard.
Well, you guys are doing that. I'm starting what's on tap because I have not had enough for this, and this might be a terrible idea what I'm about to do. But I'm going to the Angry Orchard Brewery for their crisp Imperial hard cider. It is an 8%.
I didn't even know they made those.
They do. And, having had that 9% before that,
What?
it's going to be an interesting night forward from here on out.
What?
This is going to be a good episode.
Man,
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm so tempted to make a ball joke. Anyway, which is probably better than the other jokes I could make about what's going on Kidder's screen. Anyway, very cidery smell. Yeah.
The headset's beeping at me. It might go dead, so we might have to go back to non-standard audio. But it's okay because my ring light came with a fancy fuzzy mic. So we're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see how that goes.
Like one of these?
I think that Kozel was had a little bit more than 3.8%.
Got a nice cidery smell as I try to save this segment. That's pretty good.
He's caressing his microphone.
That is like a. It says on here 2 apples in every can. So hey, at least I'm getting my daily consumption of fruit.
There you go.
That is like very alcoholic apple juice.
How does it compare to like an apple pie drink?
An apple pie tends to be a bit sweeter than this is. This because I think of just the fact that it's an imperial and it's that high APV. It's a little bit more alcohol taste to it than like a really good apple pie. Like tastes like apple pie, and you don't really pick up like a lot of the alcohol taste. It's what makes those so dangerous. This you can kind of taste the alcohol to it. It's kind of like again, like if you took apple juice and added vodka to it.
Let me see the can there, Howie. I missed it when you held it up the first time.
Yeah.
Oh. So what was that? What did you say that one was? 8%? 9%?
8%.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm having a 9 and an 8.
You're hitting it hard tonight, Howie.
I didn't know exactly how the show was going to go, what my mood was going to be.
You're like one hurricane away from crawling up the steps and gluing your fingers together.
I not messing with glue. I was messing with glue earlier today, and I can show off. I've been assembling miniatures for the game Marvel Crisis Protocol. So this was the complicated one of the day that I did on my lunch hour.
Nice.
For those of you who enjoy the hero Spider-Man, yes, that is Doc Connors the Lizard jumping out of a manhole cover with all the kind of water and such coming up.
I couldn't tell if that was Daredevil or if that was Lizard, or not Daredevil, but Kurt from the X-Men.
Yeah, there we go. There we finally got it to focus. So yeah, it took me a while. The worst part about it was, if you can see, he's got a long tongue that actually came as a separate piece, and I nosed more than cut it from the sprue, and I dropped it onto the floor. So I spent maybe a good 3-4 minutes trying to find, and it is a little tiny tongue kind of on the floor. So
do you have gray carpet?
Brown. I found it though.
All right, that's a plus.
But yeah, otherwise, he came along with good old Craven the Hunter. So Craven the Hunter got done as well. I know my camera hates trying to focus on these things, but yeah,
it's okay.
So, but yeah, but anyway, that's what I'm having. Some very angry apple cider. So I don't know who wants to go next, but I'll let you fight that out.
Somebody else, because I'm almost out. Also want to mention the promo code once again is BBB ship. So BBB ship for free shipping, or BBB 10 for 10% off your order. You choose.
Yeah. And remember, if you spend $200 or more, I'll ship you a handmade jar of salsa or a jar of pickles. Keep that.
I had to make sure that it actually worked, because I tried 25% off. It wouldn't work. I tried 20% off. It wouldn't work. I tried 15% off. It wouldn't work. I tried 13% off. It wouldn't work. 10%. It worked. We got it. 10%, baby.
Yeah.
Nice.
And, we'll run this for a while. Give you plenty of time.
Till the end of time.
Well, maybe up through the rest of the year.
Ooh.
So come 2025, there's going to have to go to the Streamlabs merch store.
Just think of all the jars of salsa that our listeners could be consuming if they just open up their wallet and help a podcaster in need. I
mean, I might end up with a jar of salsa, because I know my It's Been a Week shirt has seen better days. So, and there's a couple of other.
You're going to order 27 T-shirts?
I might. You don't know. I've been drinking.
Christmas shopping.
Yeah. That'd be the greatest gag gift I could give my dad. A Triple B shirt.
That would be good.
Especially at when we went camping this summer, I had to once again have that awkward cover. You guys still doing that stupid podcast? Yes. Yes, we are. I'll have to talk to my mom about what his shirt size is.
Oh, that's great.
Or
you know what?
Give him the blanket with Kier's face on it.
The big D one.
Do you know what? Since Howie started What's on Tap, I'm going to go second because I need another beer. I have another smuggled from Wisconsin, New Glarus Kid Colch. We're going to drink the goats, apparently. Holding enlightened throwback ale brewed in the Colch tradition of yesteryear. Beautiful floral spalt hops. Good Lord. Were chosen in the field by the brewmaster, Dan Carey. Oh, sorry, brewmaster. I thought it was you. This bitterness dries quickly into a clean finish, double-decker decoction, mashing of specifically blended German and Czech barley. Why do they use so many big words? Drunk people can't read them. And wheat malts naturally create a golden bready center. Old world open top fermentation imparts lifting fruit notes to softly round out this 100% naturally carbonated live ale with a friendly bounce. Prost! Dan and Deborah Carey. Only in Wisconsin. Let's try this shit out.
Sorry, I was
Not
drunk
bad.
at the time. Is that the lamb one?
Yes, the lamb. We are drinking the lamb.
Okay.
This one is not as good as Spotted Cow. Spotted Cow one was really good, really smooth. This one is also very smooth, but it's got more of a wheat taste to it, and kind of like it says. But I like the Spotted Cow better. I think I was at 4.5 or something on a Spotted Cow. I'm gonna take it down a full step and go like 3.5 on this one. It's good, but it's not that good. It's that good.
And to answer your thing, JS, the reason they put all those words on it are for people who drink beer, kind of like Brother Nico drinks his whiskey. Does the whole sniff, the...
Here we go again. Oh, look at that.
Yeah. Yeah, the people who sit and kind of do the hipster tasting, they want to be able to recite that stuff off to their friends as if they knew it, like off the top of their head. That's what it is.
There's just too many big words for drunk me to decipher, especially when they use big words that look like other words that you probably shouldn't say in public. Like quaffed.
Decoction.
That usually doesn't. Concoction.
Decoction.
Fermentation. I could. It's gonna come out
naturally carbonated.
If it's a quaffed concoction that's fermented, it is not going to come out that way. It's going to come out
I don't think I can air any of that.
You're gonna have to edit that out. Sorry, Howie.
That's just going to be one long, just beep. I need to invest in us getting a longer beep sound effect. That's what I've kind of learned as of late.
Would you like me to generate something longer?
Peter has been involved, okay?
Truthfully, what I was thinking I was going to have to do, Kidder, on the whole censoring thing is I just need to get some like just interesting words that we've said, and just start putting those in instead of, that would be the when we've had some of those just great moments, just start putting those in instead of the beep, because I think the beep might be getting annoying for people.
Pull out some of those words from the descriptions on the beer cans.
Yeah, we just need a nice, like clear,
JS gives off an MFR, and you put in mouthfeel instead.
Yeah, but I need it with like that announcer-esque voice, because that to me would be funny, if it was, just that announcer voice doing something like quaffed, and then it's you could have so much fun with that,
I think you could have fun with that. I think that would be
on the Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson. They used to do other odd words like Auf Wiedersehen. So it was words in other languages that they would bleep over. Of course, during the show, they would also put the flag from other countries over the mouth.
Oh, that's
that
no
would be
fun.
It'd be funny. It was just funny.
Yeah, I saw a clip from a Magic the Gathering YouTube channel that does that, but they'll use characters from the game, and then they'll put like the art up over the person's mouth, and kind of that same style.
Where's the fun for lip readers in that?
I kind of look at it as, if you really want to lip read to figure out what the swear word is, you have too much time on your hands.
Okay, some of us are deaf and have to do that on a regular basis. Okay, it is not my fault. Well, it kind of is, but wear ear protection, kids, and you won't have to read lips.
Yeah, that's okay. One of these days, Kidder, when I feel like the need for us to do just something more for this show, then we finally decide to start a Patreon.
Ooh,
because one of the things about like a Patreon is you need something at the different levels to kind of experience the uncensored version of the show.
That'd be good.
I think people would pay for that.
Are you sure we want to go there? Because
I mean, there are still some things I would probably censor just for
I've never said anything inappropriate.
For decency, not on this show.
But for the most part, yes, that was a thought. It's like, if we did a Patreon, because I've always wondered, if we did a Patreon, what would we offer? That could be the number one thing, is just an uncensored version of the show.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to figure out how to pull that off, and I don't got time to figure out Patreon.
I'm going to jump in with my what's on tap here. I've got the Kozel that JS and Kidder had last week. So yes. I'm not gonna read off all of the foreign language on the can here, but I'm gonna give her a try and give it my rating. So
interesting item.
That is pleasant. And I definitely agree with Kidder and JS's assessment on it, that it tastes kind of like a Shiner Bock a little bit. It's got really smooth flavor.
So your beer's sophisticated there, Brewmaster. Are you getting Shiner Bock or Amber Bock?
Something in the middle?
Okay.
Oh, way to split it.
I mean, I'm just throwing it out there,
I don't have a ton of experience with Amber Bock. I've only had a few of those, but Shiner Bock I've had quite a few of, and I feel like this is closer to the Shiner Bock, but
okay. Maybe I'm just mistaken, and I haven't had a good Amber Bock in a long time. So even though it was one of my semi favorites, it's been a while. Anyway, don't mean to take over your section.
I'm gonna give it a 4.2.
Yeah,
it's a strong rating.
It's good. Yeah, it's a good beer.
Have you had this one yet, Howie?
No.
Oh, there we go.
No, because if you didn't catch from this new Glarus that I had was from your first delivery that you.
Yes.
I still have I have all the younglings. I got all of those to get through first.
I still got those too, but
so 3 months from now, I'll maybe have gotten to them.
So, what was that super good one that I gave everybody that was one of the best episodes ever? What was that called again?
That depends, because you gave everybody a bunch of juice and you thought that was an excellent episode.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you were the only one that had a juiced. Everybody else had something different.
We all had Four Loko, and it wasn't any better than the juice.
Maybe I had.
I couldn't remember the name.
Yeah. There was a YouTube channel I used to watch where they would drink Four Loko and play video games.
I mean, it was one of our better content videos. Just saying.
It's up there. It's up there. Yeah.
I mean, the one from 2 weeks ago was pretty good too. Or not 2 weeks ago. IPA month. So those are some pretty good ones too.
They were.
Stop it. Freaking communists.
Listen.
By the way, Peter, I never did catch you drinking those two New Belgium ones. Like, I can't remember which ones off the top of my head, but I'm gonna have to have you re-drink those and rate them for me.
Zero.
Wait, was one of them the tropical force?
Yes.
You know what?
Tropical and juice.
He's in luck. I have one of those in my beer fridge upstairs. I can give it to him. He doesn't even have to buy it.
I support that gesture.
That would be the ultimate kidder mind move, the whole I'm just going to drink so many of these so quickly and then just sneak a couple of them out so that nobody notices I didn't drink all of the IPAs for IPA Appreciation Month.
Brilliant. Brilliant scheme, my friend.
I'm on to you. I got you.
No, you're on the Wisconsin beer. I already rated all of those as 0.
I mean, I believe the juiced one was 0.5.
Yeah. Hey, if some audience member wants to watch and let us know, that'd be great.
I do have a 27-hour road trip coming up, so I'll might have to do some binge watching again and catch up on some of my episodes, and we'll
keep an eye out for that for me.
Numbers up for you.
Yeah, if you see it, let me know, because I've rewatched the episode that we thought it was on, and I didn't catch it the second time through either.
Maybe you got to watch a third or fourth time. And I'm not just saying that because I want views.
Hey, we got to get those numbers up somehow. All right.
Yes.
Please help us. We need
yeah.
Please.
And speaking of help, he's been signaling it that he's ready to do it. Last week, Local Geek took on a very sour snack, and it was apparently a level 1. He's coming back with a level 2, if I'm not mistaken. So, Local Geek, I'll hand it over to you as you do some suffering.
I have the level 2 of the Final Boss sours. They ship in a nice big bag with several packages inside of it. But the flavor text is on the big bag. So it says, after unwittingly unleashing the wildly sour wrath of Final Boss Sour from an ancient relic, Hank, a grumpy honey badger, joins forces with Quinny, a cheerful Quokka, on a quest for redemption. They travel across levels collecting special sour fruits that, when eaten, give them the sour power needed to vanquish the final boss. In level 2, the team travels to the Gumeyer wetlands, seeking cranberries that pack a stronger punch. With their fur wet and their faces puckered, they must defeat Law Slice, one of the final boss's harrowing henchmen. So this is fresh out of the bag. Haven't opened this, haven't tried them before. So we're going to open it up and
I got to see this.
See what they're all about. Well, that is not a package. Let's try that again. First one was a card with some information on it. apparently, if I leave them an Amazon review, I'll get a flavor of my choice for free. So as I mentioned last time, there is, I believe, strawberry and blueberry are the other flavors. I stuck with the cranberry since that's what I had level 1. We're gonna open this guy up, give him a try. I'll just take a small handful like I did last time and pop them in my mouth.
So it's not just one piece; it's like a package.
Yeah. Oh. That one is more sour. I don't think I still got like a full-on like cheek pucker out of it, but that is definitely more sour than the first one.
So
almost compare it to like biting into a lemon.
I was just gonna ask, how's your tolerance for lemon juice?
I used to, as a kid, I would. You remember when Walmart used to have the food area with the icy machines and such? They also had packets of lemon juice, and I would open those and drink them straight.
I am not gonna lie. The last couple nights we've been out of milk and most other things in the fridge, and like most normal humans, I don't like water. So, but there's been a thing of lemon juice in the fridge, so I've taken a straight shot of lemon juice the last couple nights. It's been quite refreshing.
I like drinking the straight lemon juice. I used to keep a bottle in my beer fridge, which was the dorm fridge.
Yes. You couldn't have beer in your dorms, kidder.
I didn't. It was lemon juice.
Yeah.
Yeah, the level 2 is definitely a step up from the level 1 on how sour it is. I'm very interested to try level 3 now.
I mean,
so
I would
look for that in a future episode.
Cool. I'm glad they were good. I don't want to steal your thunder, so maybe I'll wait with the chips until next episode.
Go ahead, do them.
I'd have to go inside to do them.
Okay.
I don't want to go inside. Next episode.
JS has been working. Things. Yeah, JS has been working on projects this whole time. JS, what have you been working on? We haven't asked. What is the project of the night?
So the small projects of the night, my relaxation for the night are, I've been stuffing magazines to get these ready because I've been doing a lot of shooting lately. Which, hey kidder, there's a shoot on Sunday. You should show up. I've been stuffing magazines because I've been empty and because I've been doing a lot of shooting here lately. So stuffing magazines again. I put a new optic on a SIG P365. I put a HoloSun 507K, the X2. So it's the red 36 MOA large dot on the outside, 3 MOA dot on the center. You can switch it to it's just the 36, just the red, or the combination of both, which I like. It's just my personal preference. And loaded up some Beretta magazines from the We Have Langdon at Home garage built Beretta. And then now I am working on my son's 322. This is the gun that he shoots when we shoot competition. This is a 22 caliber version of the SIG P320, which I am also in the process of building a custom P320. I don't have all the parts for that one yet, so we're gonna have to wait for that one for a little bit. But I'm gonna do a custom one for competition, and I'm hoping it turns out pretty good. So those are the minor projects, the relaxation projects that I'm working on. If you want the full gambit of the week, viewer discretion advised, because I had to put 2 horses down yesterday. And they were my wife's childhood horses. So she's had one, actually both of them, since she was about 16 years old or a little before. One of them was 27 years old, and it was time. We were getting really hard to keep weight on them, and like the last month, he was in the small corral with all the hay, water, and feed he could eat, and we still couldn't keep weight on him. So it was time. You know, the difficult thing, but it's part of farm life. The other one was her childhood foal. That's the one that she foaled out. She imprinted, she raised, she trained, she did everything with that one. That one was only about 20. However, they got ring bone in the front leg real bad. Was having a real hard time walking. Was having a real hard time getting around. We'd had her to the vet a couple times. There really wasn't a whole lot we could do for her. She was going to be lame kind of forever. And with winter coming up, we decided that with her not being able to get around, it was more humane to go this route than to have her go down in the middle of winter and, us having to try and get out to her if we happen to get 6 feet of snow out in the pasture. So we decided this was the more humane route because there was no real fix for what she had. We talked to 2 different vets and they both said the same thing. Like we can do the surgery on it, we can clean it out, but it's going to come back and it's going to be even worse when it does. And it's just going to be harder on her and you. And so we were just letting her live out life here in the pasture. But unfortunately, all good things must come to an end. So, so with that, yesterday I spent the whole day out on the backhoe, doing the farm thing for them, and we're doing a little bit of an art project with them. And I know that sounds weird, but like I said, I'll show you what I did. And viewer discretion advised. How you can put the warning up there. But if you've never seen what a horse skull looks like, I'll just show you the top here because I've got it cleaned out, but I still got a few things to do. If you've never seen what a horse skull looks like, that is what a horse skull looks like. So this is one of the skulls. And what we're going to do is she's going to paint it up. She's probably going to do a like a nice sunset coming up through the top here with a mountain and a valley kind of going down over the front of the face and some sky and the clouds coming up over the top on this one. This was her horse. Interesting enough, there's an injury here that we noticed, but we didn't know. We could never tell how bad it was, and you never know until you really look. But headed to the vet for that one too, and didn't know what exactly happened, but so that's what they look like. So this was my project yesterday. I was up until about 12 o'clock last night doing this. So
cool.
Welcome to farm life.
If you haven't done it before, glue the teeth in.
Oh,
my wife retrieved a couple skulls from her family farm, and the teeth all fell out of them. So we've lost a few of the horse teeth. So
okay, yeah, I gotta get a hold of my brother-in-law. There's still a few things on this one that I need to tweak and I need to do. He does a lot of deer mounts and whatnot, so I gotta get a hold of him and get some tips and pointers from him. But I appreciate the teeth thing. I will definitely do that. So yeah, that was my yesterday project. And then, of course, dealing with, helping the wife out with her, it was hard for her because it was, like I said, they were her childhood pets and she was pretty attached to them. They almost become like a dog. You get really, really attached to them. So it was a hard day yesterday. I mean, like I said, it's part of farm life, and Unfortunately, it's something you get used to, but you know, you still never really get used to it. And then, that was Wednesday, not yesterday. I have my days mixed up because it's been a long week. Monday and Tuesday, I was at the salon. I was putting out fires, doing payroll, fixing stuff. There's always something broken. We met with a realtor on Tuesday, and I got some hopefully exciting news. We're looking at another location. So we're hoping to, yeah, right.
Wow.
I haven't even told Kidder this.
Yeah, this is breaking news.
Right? Bring out that. See, sorry, Howie. It's more, more editing for you.
He goes on.
What's the annoying part is like the breaking news came up after the news was out. It's not like I can retroactively go back and
just do the rewind, right?
Yes.
No, don't do that.
Yeah, I'm not going to.
I know.
But yeah, we found another location that's like a block away from one of ours, and if we can make this work, we can get all of the groomers and all of the employees under one roof, kind of bring everybody in together. We're gonna try and maybe get rid of the other two locations, consolidate and do everything under one. We might even have room to add another groomer or two. So yeah, so there's big things in the works with Pet Place. So you never know. Maybe in a few months we might have another location. So yesterday I had to prevent my trailer from starting on fire, even though subconsciously I really kind of wanted it to. I was coming back from a spray foam job. I spent about 5 hours spray foaming a building up north of town, and was coming back, just kind of looking forward to having a decent evening to catch up on a few things and maybe have a beer and, not have to spend my entire night fixing on things. But, that's not how life goes for us. So was about 3 miles north of Tractor Supply, and a wheel bearing went out on my trailer. I noticed it shortly after it started smoking. Had to fight the urge to actually keep driving and just let the trailer start on fire, but we're in a high fire danger, so I didn't want to burn
red flag warning.
Down.
Don't do that.
Yeah. Hold on.
Nope, there it went.
All right, we're gonna try the fancy mic. I don't know how my sound's gonna come out, but
it's getting there.
up close and personal, up nostril view. There we go. Apparently, when I plug that in, I don't get any sound coming back to me. All the sound goes in the mic, but nothing comes out. So you're just gonna have to listen to me babble through a cell phone speaker, because that's all I got left. I terrible audio on this week. But anyway, the wheel bearing went out and started smoking. I fought the urge to keep driving, and I actually stopped. However, being right next to Highway 83, there is no place to stop and pull over and change a wheel bearing. So I had to make the unfortunate decision to drive 5 miles an hour for, I don't know, how many miles do you think that is, Kidder? 10, 12? All the way back to my place?
Probably 20.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. Depending which route you went.
So I went to Tractor Supply because I was hoping that they would have bearings. If they had bearings, I might have thrown one in the parking lot and tried to make it work, which they didn't. So there was that. So I drove from Tractor Supply down to 43rd Avenue, took 43rd all the way over to 80th,
took 80th all the way south to Apple Creek over to 93rd, and then 93rd to the house at 5 miles per hour.
Yeah, just put the flashes on. Go around.
I did. I got some very angry looks, some very angry honks. I didn't care. But yeah. So that was my day yesterday. If I drove more than 7 miles an hour, the trailer would start smoking from the hub and, would risk starting everything on fire. So literally 5 miles an hour was all I could drive.
Yikes.
The spindle did not hold up, which I knew it wouldn't. So spent most of the day driving around today to try and find a new axle. Got one, got the old axle removed, got the new axle installed on the trailer. Don't worry, there's no slide, there's no nothing, they can't shoot me. Shut up, I don't want to hear your commentary. Anyway.
Telling you, Howard.
That damn trailer put back together. Got everything done. We're selling one of the old skidsters. So I went to try and start that. One of the batteries was shorted out, so I had to repolarize and recharge that battery to get that one back up and going. Got that charged, or if the charger was on there when I left at, 8:30, just before I came over here to start the show. Yeah. That's how the last few days has went.
I got a skid steer story to tack onto that.
Ooh.
I was last weekend I was at the park with my son, the big park over off of Collins Avenue in Mandan that's right next to the interstate. And pushing him on the merry-go-round, around and around. When all of a sudden behind me I hear tires skidding. I turn around up on the interstate. There's a pickup going circles down the interstate, pulling a skid steer on a trailer.
Sweet.
Somehow, I don't know how, the guy kept it on the wheels and kept it on the interstate. He stopped facing the wrong direction, but on the shoulders. So, I mean, he did good. But it was a good hour and a half ordeal before they got him out of there. They ended up having a tow truck come to pull the trailer because the skid steer had snapped loose from its bindings. And
Someone learned a lesson about tongue weight yesterday.
I think what happened to him is he went over that bridge on Collins Avenue and the trailer bounced just a little bit and started to sway. But I don't know for sure if that's what happened. That's just my theory.
Like I said, someone learned a valuable lesson about tongue weight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they had the...
If you don't have enough weight on the hitch of your trailer, it will try and kill you if you hit a bump.
I was going to say, when the tow truck driver got everything hooked up, the first thing they did was they took the skid steer off of the trailer and backed it on so all the weight was at the front of the trailer.
That's exactly what happened. He had too much weight in the back of that trailer. He hit that bump, the skid steer bottomed out that trailer, lifted the back end of that pickup off the ground, and spun his ass in a circle.
Mm-hmm.
Yippee-ki-yay.
I shouldn't laugh at other people's misfortune, but things like that I do find humorous.
Yeah, I mean, he's very lucky he kept it upright and on the road, because that could have been really bad if he would have shot it straight down into the middle of that park or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That you gotta be careful, especially when hauling heavy equipment.
Right. Hey, Howie, speaking of heavy equipment, what are they building at the Capitol?
They're not building. They are they are building. But they're also tearing down. Lab. Sorry.
Like they're building something. They're putting a new building up in the corner there.
Yep, they are.
The state crime lab.
It is the state crime lab is going in out there. Sorry, the reason my mind jumped to tearing down is by the parking lot where I park at the Capitol every day. They are tearing down the office building that's down on the south corner. There is,
but I didn't know what they were putting up in place on the other side.
Yeah. For those who don't know, there is an underground river that runs through the Capitol grounds. And it's over on the east side of the Capitol grounds. And so we at the Heritage Center, we've had issues with it. But there's an office building down on the southeast end of the Capitol that kind of right around 2020, they actually had to evacuate because black mold was found in the building because this underground river was coming up and basically soaking the drywall and all of that. So it's basically been abandoned since about 2020, and they finally got approval to tear that down. So they're going to tear that building down. But at the same time, yep, they're putting up the state crime lab up on the northeast corner of it, which is kind of cool. But it also makes me wonder, where the hell are they going to put all the snow? Because they've used that spot as a dumping ground for snow for years. So
they're going to put it where the old building was. They'll let it melt into the underground river, which isn't that called an aquifer?
Yeah, it is. It is. But I will say, one of the nice things about them working on that northeast corner is they actually went in and trimmed the tree line that went there and actually knocked a lot of the underbrush out. It actually looks really nice up there on that northeast side. So I know, because I was doing some walking. We just kind of got out of September. September in my agency, we do a marathon in a month. So it is a series of challenges that we do. So the first week of September, you have to do a 5K in a single day. The second week, you have to do a 10K in 2 days. The third week, you have to do a half marathon in 4 days. And then you have 7 days to do a full marathon in the last week. And I actually completed it. I actually finished the full marathon in 2 days.
Damn.
For the most part. I set a new personal record. I walked over, I think it was like 12.69 miles on the first day of the challenge. So that was longest walk I've ever done. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of limping in at the end, but and I was doing it all at night after I put the kids to bed. So like I was gone for like 3 hours to pull that off. But
was that just like around your neighborhood, or where did you walk?
Kind of around my neighborhood, but I ended up all the way down from kind of my place. The furthest south I got was down to Promontory Point, which, if you know where the Ducks Unlimited building is.
Okay. Yep.
I was basically on the bluff right above it. So from my place down to there and then back up and over ways. And yeah, I was all over. It was quite the route. Which was kind of fun to walk some of those neighborhoods, and see some of the stuff that's out there, but it was a lot. The worst part about it was the night that I did do that long walk, my iPod was not charged. So there went all of like the music and podcasts I could have been listening to for those 3 hours. I mean, I could have gotten through like an episode and a half of the Triple B. At least the old stuff. But yeah. Yeah. Otherwise, the other interesting news out of my work on Tuesday, I got to go to Jamestown for a press conference because there was a gentleman there by the name of Sebastian George Spangler. He passed away shortly before Christmas, and he, in his will, left. Let me make sure I get the right amount here, but it was $5.86 million to the State Historical Society for the care of the 1883 Stutzman County Courthouse. It is the largest donation in the history of the State Historical Society.
Cool.
Oh,
So,
And nobody can donate to our show.
yeah, it's sad in that sense, but it was kind of cool. That being one of my sites, I got to go and be there for the press conference, and yeah, but it was cool. It was cool. Nice to see somebody caring about history.
That's awesome to hear. So
Yeah, and we're going to put a good chunk of that into an endowment for the courthouse, so that should help cover a lot of the operating costs of it. So, which is good because, hoping that our legislature funds our historic sites is always kind of a crapshoot. So that's how it goes. And gentlemen, on that good piece of news, that's the best word I can come up with. Kidder's got two things.
Yeah,
it looks like.
Can't leave the people hanging with the teas from last week.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about the teas, Kidder. Yeah. I have consumed high, percentages of alcohol tonight.
Yeah.
So
that's number one.
Okay.
Yeah. So number two, I'll just say right away, the store is happening. We got new merch available on the Streamlabs site, and of course the sale happening right now at the main Triple B store. You can get 10% off or free shipping. It's your choice. Use BBB10 or BBB ship. It's up to you. You want free shipping? You want 10% off? It's up to you. JS Gunslinger. He's throwing in the salsa. He's throwing in the pickles or the whatever else they have canned.
Yeah. You gotta open your wallet. You gotta drop at least $200 in the merch store to get something. But you gotta open your wallet. None of this cheap stuff.
Yeah.
$200 help us out, because buying shirts or pint glasses or anything else on the store helps us. I also picked this up, Howard. Actually, the wife did.
Is Cat Scratcher Hockey Rink Toy.
Yeah. Officially licensed Colorado Avalanche Cat Scratcher Hockey Rink. There.
I just
can almost see it.
Yeah, I just now want to get you like a little micro, like RC Zamboni that you can then drive around in between scratches.
It'd have to be like this big too, like a little small thing.
Yeah.
All right.
What's in the box, Kidder?
This is something really cool that I think JS Gunslinger is going to enjoy as well. It is a shipment I just received this past week. As you can see, there's a golden Delta shield on the front of there. Howard knows what that is.
Is it a lightsaber?
Is it the Star Wars logo?
That's right. It's another batch of the Private Reserve Captain's Whiskey right here. The Star Trek Whiskey Captain's Table 5th edition. It comes with the box here, but here's the new. Well, it's the same bottle, but again the Private Reserve. This is the batch 5. So I'll be popping this thing open, and of course the coin on the top of the Captain's Table comes off the top there. Tasting notes on this thing are kind of crazy because it's cask strength straight bourbon distilled in 2020. Aromas of scent of toasted oak. There's butterscotch, almonds. You get a little bit of vanilla, a little butterscotch, some baking spices, a little bit of chocolate, but then the caramel and a little bit of depth with some brown sugar and maple, and then good flavor there. Interestingly enough, for this one, it is the cask strength bourbon. It's got mashing of corn, malted barley, and Sonora wheat, coupled with a clean 6-week fermentation process, double distillation in a venerable copper pot still from Cognac, France. This was barreled in American oak from Canton Cooperage in Lebanon, Kentucky. Cured outdoors for 36 months with a number 3 char. Batch number 5 is meticulously crafted through the aging and whatnot. Captain's Table, voyaging through the stars. It's got a 61.4 degree ABV. So it is definitely something. 48 months in the American oak barrels. 80% corn, 15% malted barley, and 5% Sonora wheat, as you get the batch notes right there. Got to sample this while I was in Vegas, and it is delicious. So looking forward to cracking this thing open. Howard, Local Geek, JS, looking to crack this open when you guys come over for a visit. But again, there it is, lights up.
It sounds quite good, Kidder. Not gonna lie, it sounds good.
Yeah, it was very good getting to try that in person. So looking forward to sharing it with you guys.
Yeah, and on that tasty unboxing dinner. We've been talking for quite a while. It's time we wrap this show up. So we can all go to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's time.
I'll probably go to bed, but it's probably not going to happen.
I just had to pause for a second so you could get that good sip right there that he was taking. So yes, the first thing that we want to mention as JS Alley-Oops, another box of garbage. The store is open for you to purchase 10% off right now, BBB10, or you can get free shipping, BBB ship. So good luck. We want to see what you can buy. And JS is offering a sweet deal of his own. If you purchase over $200 worth of our merch, he'll throw in a free jar, send it directly to you, or potentially deliver it if you're locally. You get to see his smiling face. I'm throwing out things, just throwing him out there as well. I'm sure he'll agree to it. Why not?
Tax doesn't count. It's got to be $200 worth of merchandise.
So if you're at $199.98, doesn't qualify.
If you're at $199.98, you're gonna have to throw another Big D Business Center shower curtain on just so you can get over that $200.
I love it. So again, BBB 10, because that's the cheapest, or I should say the most that I could make the discount. The cheapest I can make the products, apparently. Or BBB ship if you want the free shipping. A couple options for you. BeerBluesBS.com. Click on merch and you get to our merch store over at Spring. There's that. We're also on YouTube. We're on Spotify, podcasts, everywhere for the audio versions, including, like I said, Spotify. We're on YouTube podcasts for the audio version. iHeartRadio, Pandora, Stitcher, TuneIn, IMDb, Player FM, Podbean, and many more. So please subscribe to those. Subscribe to all of them. We'd love for you to be part of the Triple B. on every single one of the platforms because we're out there. Subscribing to each of them also helps us get to more people. And that's also important because, getting the subs up. Smash that sub button. That's important. Yeah, Howard's got the hammer. He's going to drop the hammer on the sub. Please help us out. Get it going. Yeah, JS is probably going to throw a projectile object out of a projectile releasing mechanism.
He's just going to drop the hammer, but it's a different type of hammer and a different effect.
On some of them, yeah. Some of them there's a hammer.
Yeah.
Some of them there's a pin.
Yeah.
Anyway, please follow us on every single page. We're also got the video versions available right here on YouTube. If you're watching this, thank you. Yes, you. Thank you for making it this far in the video because we couldn't do this without you. Jimi Hendrix is really going to town over there at JS's tonight. I don't know.
Like, I tried to plug in the fancy microphone, but then I don't get any sound coming out because apparently it routes everything through the microphone. So I'm sorry. That might be a 100-pound dog in the back that's making some noise, but I'm doing the best.
Is it your voodoo child?
It could be.
Is it straight fire?
Maybe like 3 little birds.
Slow return.
Yeah. It could be
Howard's about to drop the hammer. All right. So, like, share, subscribe. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. Please get to every single one of the places. Smash the sub button. Hit the thumbs up. Like, share. We'd love to help you get the entertainment and continue to share it with all of your friends as well because sharing is caring. Big thanks to Farva and to Smalls, brother Smalls. Saw him liking stuff lately. Big thanks. And Bismarck Brawler, Josh, saw him like a post. Big thanks to him. So there's the shout out. If you see it, drop a comment. We want to hear from you. At least click the thumbs up, okay? So for all of those things, like, share, subscribe, that's the long version. Here's the short version. It's time for final thoughts. Last week, we went around the other way. Let's go this way. JS Gunslinger, you got a final thought for us this week?
With having to do the farm thing and the horses, take some time to really spend some time with those four-legged critters of yours that they really mean something to you. In my son's words from the other day, nothing can last forever because if it did, then it wouldn't be special.
Truth right there, and something to drink to. Local Geek, final thoughts from you?
Yeah, I know I've talked in the past about the YouTube channel that I kind of got into, Ghost Town Living, about the guy who's living up in a ghost town in California. And he just launched a Kickstarter for a board game based off of the game. So I know Howard would be interested in that. Kickstarter's got 27 days to go. So hopefully by the time this episode's out, it's still going if anybody wants to get in on it. It's reasonably priced for a board game. So starts at, I think, like $35 for the base game or $30.
Wonderful. Howard Blues, you got a final thought?
I do. And then once again, 2. One, I've clearly consumed some fairly potent alcoholic beverages because I'm not going to lie, the last half of this show, I've just been sitting here grooving to the song running through my head, which happens to be Clint Eastwood by the Gorillaz. Just that beginning part of it, just that. Doom, 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 doom. So anyway, yeah, good times. The other thing is, we didn't get to talk about this week, so I'm going to throw it out there. Next week, it's a tease, and I know by the time that this comes out, it's long over. But it's Fat Bear Week right now, gentlemen. That's right. It's your chance to vote on the Fat Bears of Katmai National Park. So make sure you were doing that. And hey, there was some controversy about this year's competition that Local Geek shared with me. He saw it before I did. And we'll break that all down next week. So next week, join us for our annual coverage of Fat Bear Week. There you go. A tease.
Interesting. We almost forgot a bunch of stuff.
I've been drinking.
We also almost died at the beginning of this episode.
Yeah.
So it happens. All right. That's Around the Horn. It's time to wrap this thing up. We're getting the red light. Easy there, Roxanne. Put it away for a second. I got to finish my thing. I am Mark Kidder. Thanks for joining us for this and every episode of Beer Blues and BS. Keep your glass at least half full. There's free beer tomorrow, and we will catch you on down. That water flowing, river raging, white water flowing, Tuscon Highway. Still a highway. Water's raging. Have a good one. See you in the next episode of Beer, Blues, and BS.
You have been listening to a UA production of Beer, Blues, and BS. If you enjoyed the show, help others find out about it by rating the show or leaving a review at your podcast listening service of choice. Thanks for listening, and may your glass never be empty. UA Productions presents A Glimpse Behind the Curtain.
Kidder, with an outro like that, the only thing I can say is turn around, don't drown.
Turn around, don't drown. Turn around, don't drown. When the waters rise. And something. National Weather Service, turn around, don't drown. Did you guys know that the National Weather Service actually had that song commissioned and was available on the National Weather Service site for download? It's a 3.5-minute song called TAD, Turn Around, Don't Drown.
Nice. The
more you know.
Safety first.
No. Safety third, man. Safety third.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm a big believer. I don't know if you know about safety third, Kidder. Safety third was a philosophy put out by Mike Rowe. Yes, of the Dirty Jobs variety. After kind of all the years of Dirty Jobs, of the number of times that they had to sit through safety meetings just to kind of film their show, he came up with this philosophy of safety third. And it was, first thing you have to do is identify the job that needs to be done. 2, identify how you're going to do that job. And then 3rd, you make sure that you do it in a safe way so that everybody gets home. So safety third. And part of his take on that was that when you say safety first, that has become such a thing that people just ignore it. So by saying safety third, you brought attention to it. So safety third. I like it. Safety third.
I do enjoy a lot of what Mike Rowe puts out. I listen to his podcast here and there, and I do really enjoy his stuff. The guy's got a really interesting take on a lot of things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I would have loved to have him on an episode of Live Dirty Jobs on spray foaming the underside of those trailer houses, because that could absolutely have qualified for one of them damn episodes.
I heard a rumor that they were going to bring that show back.
That'd be cool.
It was back last year or the year before already.
Once again, proving Howard the most relevant podcast host in the web.
I also live in the dark times. Don't feel bad.
Yeah.
So Yeah, I got stuck under a trailer last week. That was fun.
Now, why are you bringing that up now? The show's over.
I don't know. I forgot about it. I've been drinking.
How do you forget about I got stuck under a trailer?
There's only like 1.5 feet of room, and I had to waddle my fat ass underneath that trailer, and I got stuck between the trailer and between the siding and the hitch. Thankfully, I've got enough upper body strength to force the hitch over enough to spin around and crawl my fat ass out of there. But, stuff and things.
If it makes you feel better, JS, I once got stuck in an exhibit at the Science Center. I know you've been there with the kids and you've seen their ethanol exhibit that they have, the one where you turn the dials and you kind of shows the process of going from corn to ethanol. It has a really cool underbelly system. But I need to get in. We had a jam and I had to get under it to unjam it. So I took off a panel, crawled under, got it unjammed. And my assistant at the time, one Jonah, was supposed to kind of keep kids from using the exhibit because I didn't want all the pieces that were inches above my head to start going off while I was in the exhibit. And we got it done, got it fixed. And some kid came over and asked Jonah, hey, can you help me with this thing over here? And Jonah, being the nice guy, he's like, sure. And he goes off to help the kid. And immediately some kids run over and start doing the exhibit. So the exhibit starts whirling. And so I'm like laying there because I don't want to try and move because I don't want to hit this thing. I had to call into the Science Center. And our administrative assistant answered. I said, hey, I'm stuck in the ethanol exhibit. Can you come tell the kids to knock it off so I can get out? There you go. That's how Howard got stuck in an exhibit.
Nice. It happens to the best of us. But yeah, like they continually leave the trailer hitches underneath those trailers, and I have to get behind them, so I gotta crawl my ass up underneath them damn things. And I got in there, and I could not get out. And thankfully, I don't panic very much. So I was at least able to kind of keep my composure and look at it and go, well, I have two options. Either I can kick the tin off the side of the trailer, or I can try and force this hitch sideways, and if I can force this hitch sideways, I think I can spin around. And thankfully, I had enough room to move the hitch.